choose to find hope, because hope is choosing to find meaning in a meaningless world.
What is up? I just want to make sure that all my stuff sounds good, but hello, Dank Memer. Thank you for coming by. Anybody else in the chat, I want to say thank you. I am really sorry for the... I totally intended on doing some streams this week, but honestly, I just got really busy and didn't really get the chance. So... with that being said, why don't we slay some demons in Doom the Dark Ages? I think that sounds like a fantastic idea. Let's get right into it. By the way, I hope you guys are all doing good. I hope you're all having a great weekend. Not too much stuff for me this week. I mean, not in terms of, like, you know, fun stuff. Actually, I take that back. I did order a new phone, so that'll be real interesting. I'm pretty stoked about that part. Now, if you hear an echo, I want to say sorry about that. I just want to make sure that the volume is doing what it needs to. But honestly, I don't think it's too bad. We will have to see to be sure. Also, I'm really not great at Doom Dark Ages. So I just want to make it very clear. If I suck while playing this, I am so sorry. I'm really doing my best here. There's a lot going on with this Doom. And honestly, I feel like it's a lot more than... it really does feel like Eternal with, like... I don't want to say more, like, grounded like 2016, but I guess maybe for lack of a comparison, that could be. Noise, what's up, El Shadow? Thanks for coming by, dude. Have a video recommendation. It's called The Case Against Ebony and Ivory, and it's absolutely amazing. It's a million times better than Under the Mayo's DMC review. That sounds like a solid recommendation, my friend. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, well, to be fair, most things are better than Under the Mayo's reviews, but no, I've really been enjoying Doom Dark Ages, though. I don't know that I like it better than Eternal, but that's not really a knock on the game. It's just that I have a fierce love for 2016 and Eternal, and I'm not sure where this lies yet with it. But that being said, it's extremely good. Like, I really think that this is, I mean, this is probably going to be my game of the year. I feel really comfortable in saying that part. What I'm curious, though, is how much I'm going to like it once I beat it, because that's kind of like, shoot, oh, I found a secret area. Okay. But it's not that I dislike the game or anything. It's just that it's a very different experience. But it's really not that. It's just different, I guess. And I'm just not used to it yet. But it is very solid, though. I find myself enjoying it quite a bit. Videos made... Oh, wait, see. Started playing Doom Dark Ages and made a funny short clip making fun of me over furries and run through letters. That's great. Making fun of Mayo is never a bad idea, honestly. The one thing I noticed is that it seems to still have kind of like a resource management. Well, not even like a resource management. You know how like in Eternal there's kind of like a... Whoops. You know in Eternal there's kind of like a resource management thing going on? It kind of feels like whatever the opposite is going on here, if that makes sense. Because it's not like you're running out. It's just that there's a lot going on at all times. And you kind of need to really, like, keep your head on a constant swivel. Which doesn't bother me at all. In fact, I actually think this game plays extremely well on controller. I'm really surprised by how well it plays on controller, honestly. The video is made by a guy named Destiny Spider. It's very well crafted and goes over the weapon's purpose. Now it can be improved, even use the animation in animatics to convey his points. That's really nice. That sounds really solid. I might have to give that a look. Let's just go super shotgun. Okay, that was actually dumb on my part, honestly. Like I said, I'm not going to claim that I'm extremely great at this, but it has been extreme. It's been an extreme. I don't know how far I'm in. I would imagine I gotta be getting close to like the last third, I would think. I intended to play the whole thing on stream, but honestly, with the way I play games, I kind of like enjoying them leisurely. And it's not like the game's not going to be around long enough for me to do my own thing, so... Game audio is a little loud, causing your voice to be low. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Let me fix that here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna fix that here. Yeah, thank you for letting me know, man. I appreciate it. Well, let's see what this is like. I don't need that. I just need the audio. Hopefully. I don't know what's up with this thing. Okay. Well, let's see what that is like. and see if that fixes it. Yeah, much appreciated, man. You'd go for that one. Hopefully this should fix it. You'll just let me know if that fixes it, but I think it should be good. Yeah, this week was pretty solid though, honestly. Like, did a lot of random stuff, you know, a lot of adult things, grocery shopping, getting a new phone, cleaning drains, etc., etc. New phone though, I'm pretty stoked about. So I decided to switch back. Yeah, game audio is good, not too loud or quiet. Okay, that's good. I appreciate it, man. Ever since I got the new setup, it's kind of hard to discern what works the best, if that makes sense. Like, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's, like, not consistent, but I'm not quite to the point where I have it, like I know what is the right audio level all the time. It was kind of weird phone shopping, because I haven't phone shopped in, like, 2 or 3 years. And I ended up switching back to Android after years of being iPhone. So I'm very curious what that's going to be like. I actually really missed the Android though. I was really used to Android growing up just for all the options that they had. So I'm really curious how it's going to be like switching after being Apple for almost 5 years. I think overall, though, I think it seems like it should be a fairly easy switch. I always think it's really weird, though, like, people that freak out over phone stuff. Because it really doesn't seem like that big of a deal. I'm just excited to try something new, honestly. I ended up going with the Samsung Galaxy Ultra 25, or 25 Ultra. Oh, shoot. I'm really not doing as well as I'd hoped. Honestly, though, part of it is like there's so much of a learning curve with this game. I feel like compared to even Eternal, but to be fair, it could just be because Eternal had its own learning curve, and this also has its own learning curve. I haven't played the Dark Ages yet, but I plan on getting it once it patches the game up to be playable on Steam Deck. Yeah, it seems like it's pretty doable on Steam Deck from what I was seeing. I don't know 100% how it runs, but it doesn't seem like it's that bad, honestly. I expected it to be worse, but it seems like it's pretty solid. What's funny, though, is I know people were like, oh, well, you know, it's so much slower now that it's, you know, they're going for the whole shield thing, and I'm like, nah, man, I mean, it is slow still, kind of, compared, but it does not feel like that slow, comparatively. Because some people were making it seem like they were going to, like, really slow it down, and I feel really comfortable in saying that it is not like that. It is not slow in any capacity. Maybe, like, compared to Eternal, it's slow. But I would not say that it is a slow game. I like how they brought back the organic level, Doom 2016, the swap weapons for specific teams, Eternal. Yeah, I feel like they've bridged a really good amount of the two formulas. I think that's one of the reasons why I like it as much as I do, because it really doesn't feel, it doesn't feel like, what's the word I'm looking for, like, I don't want to say derivative. It's doing a good job of being its own thing, while also, like, just completely nailing what Doom is. And then also being able to try something new as well. Like, I really feel like they are nailing it. The only thing I would say I'm not 100% sold on yet, and to be fair, I haven't really been playing it with like headphones or anything, so this could be completely on me. But I'm not 100% sold on the music yet. Like, the music, it's not bad at all. It's weird because it's not Mick Gordon, and I don't want to say that I'm like, upset with the music or anything. It's just that it's just strange not hearing it being Mick Gordon. It still sounds very Mick Gordon, but it kind of feels, at least for the little bit I've listened to, it kind of feels like it might be missing a little something. I don't 100% know, though, so I don't want to say that that's exactly how I feel. But it is extremely good. Video gamey or platformy much? Video gamey or platformy much? Because while I did enjoy Eternal, I did not like the weird level design or how not organic it was. That is very fair. I do think this definitely nails that comparatively. Because it was, like, Eternal kind of feels like a random assortment of levels that would just kind of show up, and then it would kind of just go. So I can definitely see what you're talking about there. It definitely has a more organic structure, that's for sure. Ooh. Oh, that did count as a death. I did specifically pick to play it, though, on Ultraviolence. I think that was the one I did, because I saw DSP was having a hell of a time trying to play it. And I don't think I'm amazing at Doom or anything, but I did think it was very funny that he was complaining about the difficulty as much as he was. We actually might take a look at that on stream tonight, because that shit was so funny that he was that bad at Doom and was playing on, like, what was it, the third hardest difficulty or something like that, and he was literally bitching about the fact, like, that enemies did more damage. It is one of the most brain-dead takes I think I've ever seen from DSP, and that is saying a lot, because for as much as I have criticized Phil before, this shit, since it's up my wheelhouse, I'm like, dude, you are literally the dumbest idiot. And again, I'm not saying I'm amazing at Doom or anything, but it's the fact that he is, like, claiming to be so good at Doom and thinking it's unfair is very, very false. You agree, Dark Ages is just okay, but it does make my head bang to the music compared to the Doom 2016 Eternal. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, it's not like, it's not bad, right? It's just again, it's just different. And I think that's the only thing is, like, I just haven't really wrapped my head around that yet. I don't think I've really come to the... I don't think I've come to the acceptance that it's not Mick Gordon yet. The only other thing, too, is, like, I know it doesn't visually look all that different from Eternal, but there's something about it that just kind of has a different, maybe it's just, like, the way that demons glow or whatever. It's just kind of weird to see all the tech stuff, but it's still an extremely good art style. I really, really dig the art style. From what I've gathered, the general consensus is that it's better than 2016, not as good as Eternal, equally as good as Eternal, but different. But again, I'm reserving my judgments until I've tried it. That's fair. I think that's probably the best thing you can do, honestly. And it really is good. Like, it's extremely good. I really don't think that it's, like, bad at all. I just don't know that it's quite Eternal. Because Eternal is literally, like... Eternal, for me, is kind of an epiphany in gaming. Which I know that sounds super fucking pretentious, but, like, Eternal did things that, like, haven't felt that much, I don't want to say joy in a video game maybe ever. But I really adore Eternal. Although I will say, I really like the parry system in this. Like, the Marauder kind of feels like it was setting up for something like this. And I really, really like that they kind of took what the Marauder did. There's, like, I really feel like they almost took, like, what the Marauder did and kind of turned it into a whole game mechanic, which I kind of love. I agree. Dark Ages, they're probably going to be a Dark Ages music meme comparing Mick Gordon's music. I mean, yeah, I could definitely see it. I think it would make sense. The one thing I will say is I do love these subtle. At least we're still in the subtle area. I don't think it's. I think it's going to get more not so subtle. But I really like the Eldritch Lovecraftian feel that this game has over Eternal. Like, I'm not saying... Oh, shoot. I really want to get up there. Whoops. One thing I'll say about Doom is that besides 1 and 2, every game tries to be different. 3 was a horror, 2016 was run and gun, Eternal was a spectacle fighter, FPS, and the Dark Ages is boots on the ground. Yeah. And, like, all of them are really solid. Like, there is not a bad Doom game. Doom 3 is, like, it's honestly not that bad. Like, I know Doom 3 has its haters, but I think Doom 3 is actually pretty decent. Oh, that is cool. Oh, that is really cool. I like that. That is... Okay. The other thing, too, is I love how much expansion there is. Like, I really feel like they have a very customizable system with, like, the runes and stuff. The other thing, too, I've noticed is that a lot of the enemies that you would take a lot of hits to go down, they go down a lot faster in this game. Like, what a good example would be, like, the Arachnotron. Those things, like... They don't go down super slow or anything in the other games, but like they go down in sometimes a single shotgun round. I was really shocked by that. I was like, whoa, I was not expecting like that type of ferocity. Like the Baron just there, that was a Baron of Hell. Like these guys normally like take a little bit of doing when it comes to that. So I'm really shocked by how fast they go down. But it really feels like you're getting to play through what Doom 2016 and Eternal was mentioning with all of the stuff that like Doomslayer went through. It really feels like you're getting to live that out, which I assume was the intention, and honestly it was just really good. Like, watch this, like... Oh, excuse me. I like Dead Space Remake and Dead Space 2 more than Doom 3. That's fair. I think Dead Space is more fleshed out than what Doom 3 was trying to do. I think Doom 3 is good, but I don't think it quite nailed what Dead Space was able to, to nail. But, like, some of these guys just go down so fast. Which makes me excited to play it on other difficulties, because I have to assume that you're going to continue to keep the same type of momentum that you get, and you're just going to just have a quicker health drain, I'm assuming. Things I wish that id brought back from multiplayer, the snap map maker, and expanding on multiple modes. Yeah, that would have been nice. I do think that the new whatever the new mode is that they brought in for this, it seems pretty good. The little roguelike thing that they did. I just don't know much about what it is yet. I'm also assuming, because I actually don't think it's on the main screen, so I'm assuming you get it from... I think you must get it from, like, beating the game, I think. One weapon that I think is just like massively like stacked is the this guy right here, the accelerator or whatever it is. Like its rate of fire is like blisteringly fast. I absolutely adore its rate of fire. And it kind of like makes you want to use it because of how fast it is. I'm glad multiplayer isn't back, to be honest, and multiplayer isn't really good in 2016 or Eternal, but I will agree on Snap Map. Yeah, good old plasma rifle was so broken in Eternal. It really was. It was awesome in Eternal. Eternal kind of, to me, felt like 2016's take on Doom 2. Because Doom 2 has a lot of it has a lot of those really great like weapons and enemy designs and a lot of really great ideas that are kind of just not as cohesive as Doom 1. To me, like Doom 1 feels like, or sorry, not Doom 1, but like Doom 2016 feels like let's take Doom and make it modern, and then Eternal feels like let's take Doom 2 and let's kind of like turn it into, yeah, kind of like you said, Dink Memer, like a spectacle fighter to some extent. Okay. Oh, this weapon, by the way, is super cool. The chain shot. Like, check this out. And I like the fact that, like, all the runes that they give you do not feel insignificant at all. And I'm not saying that, like, others didn't. But, like, in 2016, I've been going back and playing 2016 in prep for this. Because I kind of wanted to get a feel for how that one felt. Because I know Eternal so well. And 2016 feels like the runes kind of feel like an afterthought. Or maybe not even an afterthought, but just like oh, hey, by the way, that we might have this as an option as well. Whereas, like, this feels like the runes are literally, like they are part of the game. Like, if you took the runes out, significant things would be out on some of these weapons. Like the auto turret rune that I picked up just now for the shield. And then some of the options, I'm using the punch right now, but like the flail, like everything is specific, and I really, really like how those stack up for each weapon. Ooh, so like, for example, like all these guys right here, you want to use the pulverizer because it just mows them down super quick. But then when you get to those other guys, you know, when the bigger enemies, it's better to use something like a super shotgun or a chain cannon. Like, there's just a lot of really good options. Let's see. I like the plasma rifle in Eternal, but I don't care for the microwave beam. I would have liked a gravity beam instead. It would have solved one of Eternal's biggest problems, the lack of crowd control. I will say, this definitely has you on that. That pulverizer is very much crowd control. I like a little bit more of explosions for crowd control, like sometimes. But I will say the pulverizer does kind of what I wanted something like it to do, where it literally is just, okay, you got a bunch of these guys go nuts on, like, weak ammo, but it'll take care of them extremely fast. We want the super shotgun for this guy. I love this enemy, by the way. I think it's a cyber demon. I'm assuming it is. But it's so cool to me that it's just like a normal enemy at this point. Like, so many of these guys. I also love, by the way, how ferocious these demons are, because in Eternal and 2016, you know, they'd go down if they were kind of ripped or torn at all. But now these guys, well, maybe not so much in Eternal, but in 2016 they would. And now these guys will run at you like missing limbs and sometimes even legs and stuff. Like, they're missing like the chunks of flesh, but like they're also missing like their arms, and they're still coming after you. And I'm like, this is why it's so cool to see like what this new engine can do, because I'm assuming some of this has to be on the new engine. Let me be clear, when discussing crowd control in Eternal, I'm talking about being swarmed up close. There's not a lot of options to get out of it. You only have ice bomb, blood punches. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes a ton of sense then. Yeah, because you are a little bit limited on that. Yeah, it is the IdTech 8 engine. You are correct on that. Oh, good old Dragon's back. The other thing, too, by the way, I like the way this game breaks up its pace a little with stuff like the dragon, and the, oh, okay, it is going to be a dragon mission, okay. The dragon feels great, by the way. I thought this was going to be kind of gimmicky, but honestly, it's not. Oh, we're getting into Lovecraft territory. Oh, look at these tendrils, dude. Oh, I love this. Yeah, it's really, really not as bad as, like... Because, like, somebody, like, was kind of mentioning that it looked kind of gimmicky, and I was like, nah, man, I don't think it's going to be that bad. Dark Ages, been an hour long. It's an hour long? So, okay, so I'm curious. I haven't actually watched it yet. I wanted to enjoy the game before I watched it, but I am curious. What were his takeaways? Does he feel about it much in the same way as he did Eternal? And did he have like a bunch of scathing reviews for things like the dragon and some of the turret sections? I actually think that stuff is good for pace breaking. Like, personally, I don't think it overstays its welcome, and I think it's really, like, it's nice because it's not so, so go, like, Eternal is. So I'm curious what his consensus on it is. But I can only imagine he's got some bullshit to say. That being said, though, he is also a Doom fanboy, so there's a big possibility that he doesn't critique it for anything. I would doubt it, but... Okay, that's cool. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, I can tell we're getting into Lovecraft territory with this stuff. This looks great. Yeah, I'm really curious, though, what he thought of it. My assumption is that he'd, like... Well, see, I'm of two minds, because on one hand, I'm like, well, would he critique it at all? And I'm like, well, of course he would. It's Mayo. But then I'm also like, well, he's a Doom Eternal fanboy, so I don't know. I mean, on the fact that he's a Doom Eternal fanboy, he might critique it more. But I don't know. I'm just curious, like, what he ends up doing with it. Let's see here. Hold on one second. I saw you commented. I just gotta take this text down. I love these challenges. He likes Dark Ages. He also agrees that the music doesn't feel like Mick Gordon. The mech and dragon parts he didn't like much. And of course the visual medieval sci-fi. He likes it because it's not our medieval. Of course, dude. I mean, okay. So, like, I agree that I really, really like the medieval like fantasy elements that they're going for here. But it's really kind of dumb to be like, oh, I only like it because it's not our medieval. I have this mobile keyboard damn typos. Oh no, you're good, man. Not a problem at all. So I really don't think the dragon and turret sections and like the mech, I don't think those sections are that bad, and they don't stay very long either. So like I think it's kind of weird that they have he has a problem with it. I kind of figured though if he was going to have a problem with anything, it would be those sections. Honestly though, again, I really think they're kind of nice to break the pace up, because like Eternal was such go 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 that I never felt like I had the chance to really break the pace, and I like these because it feels like I get a chance to kind of, I don't want to say turn my brain off, but I don't have to like be consistent at all points all the time. Like I can know that I have something else to look forward to. So I don't know. I like the way that they did it, honestly. This is also another cool system as well that they did. Like the you have to break the morale of the leader. I thought that was kind of cool because it's almost like it wants to incorporate some what is it? Kind of like Battlefield elements, and by Battlefield I mean like just like Battlefield rules, not actual like Battlefield. I watched his review. He likes the game. I'm not too shocked that he likes the game. I'm a little shocked that he's not overly critical, although I'm assuming maybe he is overly critical on it. I don't know. I don't really find, though, the dragon and the mech section like that big of a deal breaker. I can understand maybe why somebody would not like it as much, because for me it's a good pace breaker, but for somebody like him where he only wants one thing, I could see him not liking it. For me it doesn't bother me though, personally. Hell, Mayo even knows his community when playing a pure medieval, making fun of how they thought he was going to slog out. I gotta be honest, I am kind of surprised he likes the style at all. Not really so much because of the way they did it, but just knowing there's any medieval elements. And considering that it's, I mean, you're literally using a shield. Like, I don't even understand. I'm curious what he thinks of that, honestly. Because the shield, like, this game is shield heavy. Like, if you don't like using a shield and parrying, you can forget about it. Like, I don't think this game is really for somebody who doesn't want to use the mechanic. I mean, you can play it without, I think. Well, I don't even want to say that because it's extremely heavy on the shield. Like, if you don't want to learn its mechanic, then it's almost not worth, like, trying. Oh, yeah, he enjoyed parrying, but games like he doesn't enjoy it. Yeah, see, that's weird to me. Because wasn't that, like, one of his biggest problems with Sifu? Like, so, like, let me get this straight, right? So he can enjoy it in something like this, but he can't enjoy it in Sifu? Like, the game wanted him to get better at parrying in Sifu. That's kind of the whole point. Or, like, Sekiro. Like, that is the whole point, right? So it's like, why are you okay learning it for this, but you're not okay learning it for that? You could just be honest and say you don't want to. But I think that would be admitting defeat, and I don't think Maya wants to admit defeat. That would be my assumption. It is really funny to me, though, how much he is like that. Like, he's such a hypocrite. Hey, Netherlands, what's up, my man? Appreciate you stopping by. Oh, no, I shouldn't have gotten the fire. The fire is what got me on that one. A wild nether has appeared. Oh, yeah, the enjoy pairing, but games like Sekiro, he doesn't enjoy that pairing. That's so weird, because it's such a double standard. It is literally the same thing. Especially, too, if you're going to play this with, like... Because you can change the parry window in this. So I'm assuming it would be... I'm assuming that the parry window makes a good bit of difference, depending. It's okay when Doom has parrying because it's Doom. Yeah, that was literally what I was thinking. With the minute that he said that it has he's okay with its parrying, that is such a double standard. You have to be okay with all parrying, Mayo, if you're going to be okay with Doom's parrying. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Like, I understand that certain games are just not your thing. And if that's the case, just say that and don't give a bunch of cockamamie bullshit. Is it Doom Eternal? Because if it's not, it's a bad game. I mean, he really is his own worst enemy. Like, he created this, like, very specific, like, I don't want to say echo chamber, but, like, people know what gets him. And it's like, yeah, dude, you're kind of just a dumbass. And, like, this is on you, honestly. There's a review who said he liked the medieval because it's not 100% medieval due to the sci-fi. See, I mean, yeah, I can understand why he would appeal to this to this fantasy more. Now, to be fair, I'm not defending Mayo fully here, but his views on parries have slightly lessened over time, as he said. It's like playing now in Sifu, apparently, and he likes it in Warhammer. That is so strange, man. I always feel like my biggest problems with him is he's just not consistent. Like, it's kind of funny because normally one of the reasons you go to reviewers, like, on YouTube is because they're consistent with their feelings and reviews, at least most of the time. He shouldn't have said those things about parrying in the first place. He is a reviewer, whether he denies it or not, so he should view those mechanics objectively. Agreed. 100% agree. In fact, that's kind of where I was leaning to, is the fact that if he is going to be the type of reviewer that is biased, right? If he has a clear bias that he just does not like games where they make you parry or they make you learn their mechanics, then do not set yourself up that that's what you enjoy out of games. Because it's weird to get really objective on everything and then to immediately become super subjective on certain things. It's kind of like the IGN effect. You know that, like, that thing about the fact that IGN gives certain games, like, higher scores than others. And part of it is because they're not the same reviewer, so they value different things. Well, it's like Mayo is the same reviewer, but he seems to value different things depending on the game and depending on when it's convenient for him. And to me, that is the biggest, like, issue with somebody like Mayo, is you can't take him seriously because his opinion varies so often. If it didn't vary so wildly, then it wouldn't be so much of an issue. But it is super jarring, though, to be watching one video from him and then to immediately be, like, watching another, and he's got a totally different take on what is objective or subjective. It's just very strange. Like, it's the reason that I don't take him seriously as a reviewer, because it's like, how am I supposed to take you seriously when you flip-flop your opinions based off of the game you're playing? Because the mechanics are going to be the same regardless. So it doesn't really make all that much sense. Also, yes, I do know I am kind of sucking ass in this space, so do forgive me for that. I know I'm doing better than DSP, but that's not a very high bar, so... Yeah, it was a freshy big flip-flop. Yeah, no, like, it's just, it really is, like, it's annoying. That's one of the biggest reasons I can't stand his reviews and why I am so critical of his stuff. Because I'm like, dude, you know, if you want to be a reviewer, you have to be objective. And it's okay to say that you have these subjective feelings towards certain things, but you need to be open and honest and then be consistent throughout. Because when you're not, it just makes you look like a dumbass. I'm not against reviewers changing their minds on things, but I think the issue is with Mayo is that he moves the goalpost on his problems. So it's hard to tell if he changes his mind for logical reasons. That is actually a really brilliant way to put it. I don't think I've heard it put as much of a better way than that, because that, I mean, realistically, that is kind of the problem, is it's like the goalpost changes depending on the game, it changes depending on the way Mayo feels that day. It changes compared to, like, what he finds value in on certain things versus others. It's like, it never feels like there's a consistent feeling on what is the right thing that day. I don't know. But I agree, though. It really is, like, the goalpost just keeps moving, and it never gets to stay long enough to know what you should be expecting from him. And it's honestly one of the problems that I have with Phil, is it's like, when you constantly move the goalpost and you have a problem with everything, then it never feels like anything is consistent. That's actually kind of one of the reasons I compare him a lot of the time to DSP, because I feel like he shares a lot of very similar feeling, or like he shares a lot of similar qualities to those two. Or to him, I mean. Sorry, it's kind of hard to... Okay, I got it. No, I can't get too close. There we go. Yeah, this game looks dope. It is so good. It is so good. I'm enjoying it. Honestly, it's the type of game that, like, it starts off and it's like, okay, this is pretty good. You know, kind of like most Doom games, honestly. But then the more it goes on, the better it gets. Which, honestly, that's how I feel about... I guess is that how I felt? Maybe I didn't feel that way about Eternal, but, like, either way, though, it's phenomenal. It's just extremely good. That happened with Arkham Knight drama. Like you said, the majority of the game is, Sorry, I gotta actually pause to read. It's too fast. Like he said, the majority of the game is the Batmobile. People called it out, so he moved the goalpost by saying the time he was in the Batmobile was longer. Yeah, no, that's... Which is extremely disingenuous. As somebody who's 100%ed Arkham Knight, I really don't agree with that statement at all. Like, it is... You are in it a lot of the time, but I would say, like, I don't know, 30% maybe? I wouldn't say it was anywhere near the amount of time Mayo thinks it was. And I like Arkham Knight a lot. Like, I'm not like an Arkham Knight fanboy or anything, but objectively, you are not in the Batmobile as long as Mayo thinks you are. I think it's just a perception of time thing, where people think that you're in there longer than you actually are. Now, if you were to say, like, Arkham Knight is not as much of a Metroidvania as the others, I could agree with that. But I wouldn't agree that it is only a Batmobile game, because that is just not... I mean, that's just not the case. It almost feels like he played it for a couple hours, and then just kind of, I don't know, did whatever. Alright, let's land on this guy. The objective measurement is 15 to 25% of the time for most of the stuff you do is Batman boots on the ground, combat, and Predator scenarios. Yeah, exactly. Maybe I was a little bit high on my estimate of 30, but I guess I was also like 100%ing it, so maybe it felt higher to me. But if we're talking straight story stuff, no, you are nowhere near Mayo's estimate of like, what was he like saying half? Whoops! Oh, sorry, I think my controller died. Hold on. Like, I remember he was saying, like, what was it, half, roughly? Oh, shoot. Okay. Let's see if we can flip to mouse and keyboard. Now, I will say, to be completely clear, I am not anywhere near as good on mouse and keyboard because I haven't been playing it on there. Let me just bind the key real quick. I need to get the melee changed. Hot take, Batman Arkham is greatest mental health simulator ever. 100% agree with that take, sir. Thank you for stopping by, Adam. Appreciate you very much. Switch class weapon. No, we're not gonna do that. Okay, where's the melee? Here we go. I want that to be that. And, okay. I don't know the keys for this. Hello. What's up, dude? That's correct. He didn't finish the game. He got up to the movie studio section with Robin and gave up, which actually has Batman and Robin combat and stealth. Good to see the streams again. I know, dude. It feels good to be here. Yeah, no, that is one of the big problems, right? Is he missed all of the stuff that was there. I don't want F, and I don't want E. Okay. Okay, I didn't, again, 100% transparency, I did not play this on keyboard and mouse up to this point, and my keyboard has been a little laggy, so don't know what this is going to look like, but let's find out. Okay, good, I just wanted to make sure the Q is still the weapon change. I think I could probably make this work. I wanted to play it on keyboard and mouse, but with my keyboard being laggy, I was like, I don't know if it's the right time to do that. Okay. Come on, shoot me, dude. Come on. Oh, okay, that was actually my bad. 80% of the game is what he estimated? I mean, at that point, see, and again, I really think that it's just a matter of his perception of time that you spend, because that game, you spend a lot of time on foot. Like, I don't want to, like, sugarcoat it and say you're never in the Batmobile, but, like, you are on foot a decent chunk of the time. This also might be heresy to say, but Batman Arkham Knight is my favorite Arkham game. Which is probably heresy, but I mean, I really, really like Arkham Knight. I just think it's... I think if the goal was to be the best Batman game you could be, Arkham Knight to me is that. I don't know that there is a better representation of Batman in a video game than Arkham Knight. Kind of like Armored Core 6. Yeah. 100% agree Arkham Knight is the best one. Yeah. It's just my favorite. It is the best Arkham game, because if the whole point of the Arkham series was to make a game that made you feel like Batman, then I know the whole IGN meme But I mean, that is the game that did it, and you know, you can't really fault it for doing what it accomplished. I mean, that's what they set out to do, and that's what they did. It's not only that, but it's also like one of the best looking games to this day. Like, think about this, right? That game came out 10 years ago. That game looks this good 10 years on. Like, that's insane stuff. DC sucks. Ooh. That's fair. I like DC, but I'm very much like, I'm very specific to certain storylines, if that makes sense. I don't particularly love DC. I would say I like, that's the best way to say it? Because like, I really only like a couple DC characters, or not even a couple DC characters, but a couple DC storylines over. Now, Batman, I'm a little biased because I really, really like Batman. So, I think that most of his stories are really good. He just has really good writers, honestly, though. Like, that's part of the reason why I feel anything is good with Batman, is because he just has great writers. But, like, compared to some of the Marvel shit, like, it kind of depends. And it also depends on the era you're talking to, I guess. Because depending on what era of DC you're talking, it could be like dog water. And then depending on what era of Marvel you're talking about, it could also be dog water. So it kind of really just depends. Arkham Knight was running on Unreal Engine 3, I believe, on the maximum settings. That's so wild. That game was running on Unreal Engine 3. Whew, it does not look like an Unreal Engine 3 game. Like, it is that good. I believe it, though. I wouldn't be shocked at all to find that out. Man, I really thought I charged the controller. It's kind of pissing me. Boots on the ground gameplay is generally at its best. Some characters are admittedly worse than City, i.e. Nightwing and Catwoman, but Batman are I think I just got a delivery. Here, one sec, guys. I need to go check. I think I got a delivery. Yep, that is the pup. Here. It's okay, Chloe. You're fine. You say hi to the chat? You say hi? She does not like folks coming to the door. Even if it is just to literally drop a package off. You're okay. See, it's just Amazon. Ugh. That startled me because I don't live with the dog anymore. I could see that absolutely, like, freaking you out. Who gonna pet that dog? That'd be me. I'll get the dog. Oh, on an unrelated note, I got to see the movie Sinners recently. Holy crap, was that a good movie? Movie rocked. I was, like, super stoked on it. It kind of felt like 1930s Lost Boys. And it took place over the course of 24 hours, which I love. Not a lot of movies do that anymore. Yeah, but no, solidly though, I would say it was great. Like, it was a phenomenal movie. I just miss really good vampire films. Like, there are some vampire movies that are just not really where they need to be. Twilight. But then you have some movies that just, like, I don't know what it is, but like vampire movies in the last few years have kind of been killing it. What do I want? But no, I was like super, super stoked. I don't really like Marvel either that much anymore, but Thunderbolts was really good. I wondered if that was good. It seemed like it was actually better than what I would have expected it to be. Because it kind of looked like B-list Suicide Squad, which is funny because Suicide Squad is kind of already B-list. But no, it actually seemed like it was decent. I don't know if the recent course correction has anything to do with it, but it does seem like they finally kind of realized, like, hey, we need to, like, make quality products instead of just keep putting out stuff. That is one of, like, my biggest things with Marvel, is it's like, they do make good stuff. They just need to, like, be consistent. One of the best things I think I heard recently on them was Kevin Feige saying that, like, when he, like, watching Marvel products recently kind of felt like doing homework, and that's not what he wanted it to feel like. And honestly, I don't think I could have said it better, because, like, watching Marvel stuff after Endgame really felt like doing homework. Like, it felt like you needed to know everything about everything that was going on, and it's like, dude, you should be able to just watch a movie and enjoy it. You shouldn't have to, like, I don't know, watch extended stuff for everything to know every little thing that's going on. Heard Sinners is going to be a Blade movie that was supposed to be Disney. They rejected it, and it writers and changes some names and stuff and made it still can say that Disney hates money. I mean, yeah, no, Sinners was literally like, actually, you know, I could see it being a Blade movie. It did have a little bit of that, like, it had a little bit of that, like, Blade swagger to it, I would say. I was gonna do the IGN joke and be like, exaggerated swagger of a black teen, but no, it legitimately was a very good movie. I just liked the way they, like, historically tied it in, and they made it like everything just kind of fit. Like, there wasn't any parts that felt like overly what's the word I'm looking for? Like, nothing felt out of place, I guess. Like, everything felt like it had a place in its story, and it didn't feel like it was, like, contrived at all. It was just really good. Which is great, because I miss really good vampire movies that just have a really good sense of, like, I don't know, they're like time periods that they take place in. Nosferatu is another good example. Kind of thought I would suck worse on keyboard and mouse, but I guess the good old Doom skills kind of come in clutch for this stuff. Yeah. The MCU could have just been one series and not just a bunch of displaced movies. I agree. That really kind of is one of, like, its biggest problems, honestly, is that it didn't need to be like a whole movie. It could have just been a really great series, but it's like, because of the way they did it and because of the way they wanted to do it, which it worked out, admittedly, but it only worked out through Endgame. Everything after Endgame to me kind of feels superfluous. And it's not that, like, it's like doesn't have its shortcomings. I got tired of Marvel stuff a little bit leading up to Endgame, but when we got Infinity War, I will say, like, it was good. Like, I enjoyed it. It's just that I really don't think you needed much after it, you know? I would have been totally fine if they'd just let stuff take a rest. Oh, shoot. Of course, this is like my... This is like the one enemy I have a really tough time. Yes! Okay, we managed that. Like, you don't need to watch Knuckles to understand Sonic Movie 3. Yeah, no, that's nice. That would be very strange, honestly. Nah, consume product. Don't ask questions, only consume. I know, right? Everybody's favorite thing. I think a series the MCU could take influence from, weirdly enough, the Sonic movie universe. It takes time between projects, and any extended projects don't feel necessary to understand the next movie. Yeah, that would make a big difference, honestly, if they could just make standalone stuff. And it doesn't need to be... Well, that's kind of what they were doing for a while, it felt like. Like, in the beginning, it really felt like you could watch some of the Marvel movies and really watch it without needing to know anything that was going on. But it just didn't stay that way. No! I was really hoping for some Cthulhu action there, man. I think we got all of the stuff, though. So that's cool. On to the next. Sarah is best Cyber Dragon. Dude, the dragon is so good. I really, really like the dragon. Oh. This looks ominous and I love it. Again, you don't need to watch Knuckles to understand movie 3. Only a couple of events of Knuckles references in movie 3, but again, not necessary to watch and to understand movie 3. Yeah, I mean, if they just could do that, they would be really solid, honestly. I think that's honestly, like, if we had to really narrow down why DC is such a hard, like, it's such a hard universe to, like, put to film, or at least put to film in a cohesive way, I really think it's because they just didn't really know what they were doing, and they just thought they could ride the coattails of Marvel if they did the same thing. And I'm like, no, I mean, like, that's part of the problem, is it's like, that's why you're not unique. Because you just tried to do what Marvel did. And Marvel, honestly, what I personally feel is that Marvel kind of did... I mean, it kind of did what comic book... Oh, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. It kind of did what the best Marvel stories do, where they really, like, bring down the conflicts of some of their heroes, and they just make them a bit more human. They didn't focus so much on the cosmic stuff. Now we're getting into some of the cosmic stuff, which admittedly is going to be kind of cool because we've never really seen it. But it's like DC was just like, okay, we're going to go straight out with the cosmic stuff. Where it's like, you look at Batman, it's like part of the reason Batman is so good is because it's grounded. Part of the reason most Batman movies do as well as they do is because it's grounded. And I think part of the reason Superman, or like Man of Steel, didn't do as solid is because it tried to do Batman with Superman, and it's like, it doesn't really work. What is this guy? This is a cool enemy. Komodo Champion. Hell yeah, dude. What is up, Komodo? Dude, this guy is cool. He's just going to be a normal enemy after this, right? Oh, I love this. You come be my Komodo champion, man. You've earned it. Oh, that guy's cool. I love that. Whack his pee-pee. Well, we got his head. I don't know that they would have let the pee-pee in, but the head is officially gone. Dude, that's a cool enemy. I love that. Also, look at this. This is so cool looking. I love Doom. Yeah, so here's the thing. Glory kills, they shouldn't have gotten rid of them. That is one criticism I will take to my grave. I don't think they should have gotten rid of them. I think it's kind of stupid that they only do it under certain circumstances. And I understand why they did it, but honestly, I would have been totally fine if they would have just kept it. I liked them. I thought they were still fast. I liked seeing the animation. Honestly, if you wanted to do it, are we going into Relay, however you say it, where Cthulhu lives? That is, okay, that's pretty fucking cool. But I don't think they could have turned off the, like, if you really wanted to, you could have probably done it where the glory kills could have like turned it off or something. But I wouldn't have gotten rid of him altogether. How to Train Your Cyber Demon Dragon. I even missed Doom 2016's Glory Kills with Sync. I want that back. Yeah! Oh, that was great. Okay, I don't know what this is like to ride him with mouse and keyboard. No, I really liked that, actually, that you mentioned that. I like the way it synced up with the music was great. It's one of those things that, like, I understand why they did it, but I would have been totally fine with them just, like, giving you the option to turn it off instead of actually, like, making the decision. The game is still good, but man, that is one of the first things I noticed is that they took the glory kills out. Oh man, I cannot stress how much I love this. These designs, to have something really like legitimately Lovecraftian in this. Oh man, I'm gonna love this. I'm gonna love this section. It's funny, actually, in Eternal, it would actually benefit from a fast stab kick of the blade. To think of the Dark Ages benefit from the slower over-the-top kill to the Iron Tank nature. Yeah, honestly, it would make a little bit more sense for Eternal and this to kind of have flipped that. I would be okay if they just took the ability to, like, turn it off, but I liked the glory kills enough that I didn't really want them to take it away. I know it's not like 100% gone, but man, it does kind of suck to not have it. Not in the way that it was, anyway. And okay, I gotta be getting to a... I feel like I should be getting... Dude, okay, I love this, like, pirate ship looking place. Alright, what do we got here? Aww. Look at that little guy. Boom. Okay. It looks like we got a ruby up there. It's funny, actually, in Eternal, it would... Oh, okay, I read that part. Okay. That was my bad. I think maybe after this mission, we will call stream good, I'm thinking. Kind of depends. Because I am probably going to go eat dinner and hang out with the pups a little bit. Wife is over at the parents, so don't know what all shenanigans I'm gonna get up to. You know, it is really sad to me that we don't have a proper Lovecraftian movie. Like, and I mean like mainstream. I know there's like a ton of movies that are Lovecraftian by like default, but it really bugs me that we don't have like a Call of Cthulhu movie. It's really sad because it's like it is such a good story and it's such a good concept, and the fact that we don't have like anything really sucks. I really love, though, the idea that this is, like, kind of showing some Lovecraftian elements. That is really, really promising. Yeah! What's up, Komodo? Bring it back, man. Bring it back. Dude, I love this enemy. This enemy is so cool. It kind of feels like a Lovecraftian like a Lovecraftian lizard. It's so cool. I love that. Eternal goes at lightning speed, so lightning speed melee attacks the most sense. The Dark Ages prioritizes heavy guns, melee, and parrying, so slow kills makes more sense. Yeah, I think that all makes pretty good sense, honestly. I also love the way that the demons are like... I love the way that the demons act in this. Whoops. Because the demons all have like they all have like battle strategies, which just makes them feel more coordinated than I expected. And it kind of lends itself that, yes, they are chaotic and they are spontaneous, but they're also like not completely like, I don't know, not like smartly like thought out, you know? Some of this bone in your in your brain. Oh, I did pick up a health. There we go. I'm really hoping that I get to one of the little shops soon so that I can actually upgrade my stuff. Well, I'm also right here. I might as well take out that gore nest. Oh. All right, so let's say if I die one more time, I think I'm gonna call the stream. Um, yeah, if I die one more time, I think we'll call this stream. Oh shoot, that doesn't count. Okay, well, that is going to be it for the stream, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out and slaying some demons with me. Genuinely, really appreciate you guys coming by. I have to go get some dinner and make sure that the puppies are taken care of. So, much love to you guys. I really appreciate you being here, and we will catch you guys later. Thank you for coming by the stream.